So hi everyone, we're Super Glue, a group with Melanie, Jackie, me, Candy, Davis, Rachel, Dave, Ming, So our agenda today is to go through our project objective. We'll have a product description. We'll also have the demo, which probably is quite exciting, and we will have behind the scene about the tech side. We'll also have a bit of the launch plan and what's next, and finally the summary. So let's start with our objective. So as we all know, in this business, there are three important stakeholders, namely the initial hirers and candidates. And we all know that everyone has their problems. So today we're trying to identify their problems and needs before we think of the solution. And so the problem for Seek Asia is that we know that to achieve the best matching company goal, we're looking to gain more positive signals as soon as possible. And therefore, we know that the needs for us is to capture more positive signals in a timely manner, which means as soon as possible. And secondly, for hirers, maybe we can ask Maggie whether she agrees or not. But then we think that hirers would like to find more relevant candidates faster and efficient here for them, including not to use any new flow or system. So they just go with the natural flow to what they were familiar as always. So we identify their needs as sourcing more relevant candidates, but preferably need not adapt to a new flow. And thirdly, they tend to look for a job, he becomes a candidate. So we think that probably a candidate would like to know more about their application status, and the clearer is the better for them. So we identify that the needs as a strong enough signal for them to know the feedback. So today our objective is to find a solution that should solve their problem, but it's one solution. So in order to find that solution, we actually scrutinize the actions that can be taken with Seek Asia along the hiring process, which you can see on this level. Those should not be a stranger to you. For example, application receipt, CV view, and download. Care for reference is basically just for job street. Shortlist, reject, and invite to interview. And basically, we're trying, as I said, we're trying to compare which kind of action that we could meet the three needs that we just defined. And therefore, in here, you can see the three needs that we identified, which whether it's a positive signal or not, and it need not, for the hirers, they need not adjust to a big change on the flow, and also whether the signal is strong enough for candidates. And so in our process, for example, take reject an example which is very familiar to everyone. Reject, although hirers do not need to adapt to a new flow, and it is quite a strong enough signal for candidates. However, it is not a positive signal, and therefore we would not consider it as the action that we would like to focus on. So in the end, we've decided to focus on shortlist, basically because it fulfills all of the criteria we have just go through. So next I will pass to Jackie to talk about the business impact of increasing shortlist percentage.
Thank you. So after knowing shortlist is the focus that we want to have for this product, but before that, just information for you to know the current situation about shortlist. So today, actually, JobsDB and JobStreet has a very low percentage of application being shortlist, which means that the majority of applications were either unprocessed or being rejected. But indeed, actually for DB, for example, actually 90% of the applications are actually exposed to the shortlist action button. So for example, for JobsDB, email is the first point that we have for hirer to click actually the shortlist button to shortlist the candidate. And for JobStreet, so actually most of the application can be maintained in the summary page in the CRLC, and they can actually click the shortlist button there. So the point here is that if there's a chance that we can have a product that can capture the positive signal with good quality, especially from the hirer for all these 90 and 60% of application, we can actually deliver greater value for them and to both the candidates and also the hirer. And by doing so, we can bridge the gap between the two parties. So next, I'm going to pass to Manny to talk more about the product description.
So to capture more shortlist, what we're going to do now is to suggest more relevant candidates based on the shortlist of candidates, so as to boost our hirers to shortlist. So we believe in our product because we always believe that serving right thing at the right time is very effective and also impactful. Just like as we record our project launch previously, that is the job recommendation. We see a very impressive result there. So we see we foresee we can predict we can predict a very big potential there. And also we believe that our product can provide incentive for hirer to shortlist, and so that we can encourage the users as well. But you may wonder, do we have coins? Do the hirers have coins to do that thing? But actually, we found that over 70% of hirers did not spend any talent search coins right now. But even though it is still with the job ad, so we see a big potential there to suggest relevant candidates at that point. So what else but not others? Compared to others methods, for example, like adding more tagging and labeling, but our product, our solution, talent recommendation can actually capture more stronger signal, and it is a positive signal because it is shortlisting is very strong enough and also positive signal. And compared to other method, maybe RC workflow revamp, our solution is actually easier to implement because it's really very straightforward as well. And also, the impact to user is actually very minimal, so it is easy to adopt. So next, let's see how it works.
So let's look at this feature from the hirer perspective. So the thing having here is, so the top is what hirer look at, so these are all the entry points. So when they encounter this new feature, and the end is we want to show them a list of recommended candidates that relevant to their actions. So the first one is email, so they've already received this now. We want to have some enhancements, so shortlist is more common. And they are encouraged to do it because we show them benefits. The second is when they log in RC, they go to the candidate page, they see a list of candidates. We also prompt them the benefits of shortlisting candidates. The next one is people who already shortlist. We want to show them because you shortlist this so that you can go to the next screen to see relevant candidates. Moving on, so the first one is about application email. So the changes we made here is before the shortlist button is kind of below the phone. So if you use a laptop, basically you can't see the shortlist button. So if you don't scroll down. So we kind of push it up to the top, and then with a tooltip saying that if you shortlist, we will show you relevant candidates. So that it's more easier for hirer to just skip through emails. They see this action and available. And when they click on that, they will go to a success page. Show you already shortlisted this candidate. A success message, and also these are the relevant candidates, which is similar to the person you just shortlisted, so that they have more chances to go ahead and contact these people. And no change for job stream current. So the next one is when hirer logs into RC, they go to candidate page. So on these list of candidates, on the shortlist button, we add a tooltip so that showing that if you shortlist, you will see relevant candidates. So to encourage them to do so, also the same for candidate details page, and similar for job stream. And this is for the recommendation summary page. So after you saw, I want to see similar candidates. Click on that, you will go to this page. So we kind of explain why you're on this page, because you shortlist the candidates from a certain job ad, so that's why you're here. And these people are similar, based on our algorithm, they're similar to the person you shortlist, so they are kind of relevant to you, that you may want to move ahead and contact them. So, and that's on JobStreet, so let's go to them.
So before the demo, I would like to let you know that what we are using are the real application data and the real recommendation result. So maybe let's pick our company as an example. Okay, so here we can see that there is many job that that I'm hiring for. So maybe let's pick the one product design lead to have a look. So what you are seeing here is the real data. Yeah, and then when you see the layout, you will see that there is a notification. This is a new notification for the hirer. It says shortlist and view similar candidates. So we would like to let the hirers know that when clicking on this shortlist, they can get more relevant candidates. Because nowadays, what HR mentions is relevancy is more important than quantity. So we would like to give them like an incentive to click on this shortlist to get a strong signal. So by comparing the three candidates, I can see that I think this one will be more relevant because it's worked in the app company before, which is like our company. So I will pick this one as shortlist. So when I click shortlist, the chart here collapses. So it will not affect our normal procedure in the screening process. So if I want to know more about the relevant candidate like this look, then I can click on this button. And then a new tab will pop up. So this is also the real recommendation result. So by looking at the first one, I would say that this is really a very high relevant candidate because it's also worked in a website company. So and also it has 12 years of experience in being because I'm hiring the products I need. So this one is very relevant to me. So when I see it, I will be very happy and I will immediately click on the send for ad. Yeah, and then after I do all the see all the recommendation here, I may just close the tab there and then go back to the original page. So this will not affect my original screening process. Okay, so another thing is if some hirers want to do some shortlisting first before to go to have more similar candidates, they can just click on another shortlist, yeah, and then they can collapse each other. So it will not affect the normal flow as well. Yeah, so basically it's here the demo. So behind the scene, I will pass it to Dave to give you more insight.
Okay, we have been talking about the product, so this is how we actually build it. This is all the tools we have used, and we make use of AWS S3 to store the application data as usual, and we use Databricks and running Spark on it to utilize its great computational power to compute the recommendations. And for this demo purpose, we also use SQLite and SQL Server for storing the recommendation data, and also Ruby as the front end. And we have tried 3 different algorithms, and the first two are cosine similarity, which is this is what we use for building the item-based and user-based recommendation. And having the threshold means how many jobs in common that we consider 2 candidates are similar. So for 2 means 2 jobs has to be commonly applied by 2 candidates, and for 3 is 3. So you can consider that having 3 threshold means more strong signal that 2 candidates are similar. And lastly, we also tried ALS. This is a matrix factorization algorithm, and this is machine learning. This is just an experiment, but it turns out that the results are quite good. Yeah.
I think it would be also good for us to know the performance. We try to evaluate the performance of our 3 algorithms. So in total, for example, in terms of total application, we've got over 70% for all 3 algorithms. We'll come up with a recommendation. And on average, for each shortlisted candidate, we will show, like for example, the cosine similarity with 2 as a threshold. We will have 44. On average, 44 recommendations will be shown after clicking shortlist, and similar case for the percentage of shortlisted application with recommendation. So here you can see that the coverage is very high and very encouraging.
So here are the launch plans. So basically, you see, we do many things. We really want to put this thing on site, so we have the launch plan as well. So we suggest we do an A/B testing. So you see, we have qualitative measurement, which is the site you see just now, the demo you see just now. You can play around. And we have quantitative measurement, which is Jackie just said. We measure the coverage. So we also will try to communicate with the stakeholder like Poi and also CC to see if we get any chance to put it on site. Thanks. So what's next? So after we do this, actually we assuming we can capture lots of positive signal so that we can use this kind of shortlist data to enhance our algorithm so that it can be better and better. So the next one is also we can also try to enhance the use rate because someone say that the shortlist wordings is maybe too hard or too strong for hirers. So we may try to tweak the wordings there, like or just being a take or cross. Try to changing them to see if more people will pick that for time. So summary. So as you can see, we have indicate there are three needs or three problems that Sequential hirers and candidates have, and we strongly believe that capturing more shortlist data can fix this kind of problems. So and also this buttons we by figure we actually cover 90% of Seek Asia from here. So we have a high coverage and high possibility to fix the problem. So that is our solution.
Any questions from the research panel or from the general audience? That's a
We think it's great to see some expansion in the talent, so thank you guys.
Why Ruby? So why use Ruby?
Okay, that because we just have Dave. So Dave do the Spark work. I just know Ruby, so I need to.
Right. And the next question would be: you have a launch plan, right?
Right.
What's the plan of connecting your Ruby with our .NET?
No plan. Yeah. Basically, you see the UI actually is reusing the same as talent search right now, and as the layout is also using HTML, you can copy and paste the HTML at your current recruitment center. And the algorithm behind, we just use a text file, just like the recommendation we are using right now. So a little bit UI change at the HTML side, and also we can read through the Spark generate the recommendation result quite quickly.